Well, you're very welcome to the Project Boxing podcast. This is episode number 7. Anthony, $1 Million Crolla, as ever, obviously, and another Crolla, surrounded by Crollas today. William Crolla, of course, who you're out very soon, so we'll get to that in a bit. William, looking for stoppage number 5, I suppose, aren't you?
On the bounce, stoppage number 5, and 5th in a row.
Well, there you go. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec. But Anthony, you've just returned from a recce. You've been looking for our training camp, because we've done a couple already. We've had 2 training camps to Portugal as part of our Project Boxing business, where we take fighters with the help of some of our business partners and whatever. We manage to, the idea is a genuine idea where obviously we're trying to give fighters that normally wouldn't get the opportunity to go away for a little bit of warm weather training, so we try and fund that for them. So you've just come back from the Algarve, so what did you see? What can we expect next time?
Well, obviously we've been sort of before, so the Algarve Fight Academy is obviously where we was training, and I think we'd always use that. They've been very good to us. But then also this time I was more, I forgot where I was stopping at. I was in the hills. So some fantastic hill runs.
How much is a bottle of beer in the hills?
Do you know what? Honestly, I'm not lying. We found a bar. Some of the bars was 70 cents. This one bar was 70 cents. Most of them was a little bit more. It was under €2.
So you weren't in Valdelobo, that's for sure.
I wasn't in Valdelobo. Yeah. I was in Valdelobo yesterday because I went to what's it called? Well, it's like a bit of a beach club. It's a bit, to be fair, it's a bit up your street, but a bit pretentious. White beds. It's a bit ocean. No, it was actually all right, but after a hard few days at work, I enjoyed myself before getting an early flight home this morning. I was up very early, straight to the gym.
Tough life, innit?
Yeah, straight to the gym, training the fighters, and then William, he's training a little bit later.
Just don't make him like you, do they, anymore?
I don't like going on about it, but no, they don't. But yeah, William he's training now, and he likes sending a message saying, I feel a little bit tired, but I'm here, so it don't really bother me.
He doesn't have a day off. He's here. He might not be feeling the best. He's going to train through it.
He would have to as well. If I can train 6 fighters today, after coming straight from a flight, then I'm pretty sure he can train as well.
You've been on a couple of the training camps that we've done, Will.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, what does it kind of do when you're getting ready for a fight? Just a little bit of sun on your back when, again, we're coming out of summer now anyway, but the times that you normally would do these camps when the weather's absolutely crap here, what does it actually do for you?
It's just a good change. It's just something different, isn't it? Rather than like my everyday thing, it'd be, say, train, I'd go home, watch telly, have a nap, go sauna, stretch, and then I'd do my evening session. Whereas over there, you're in the sun, aren't you? You can relax either near the beach or around the pool, and then you're eating local food, but keeping it clean, you're eating local food. It just takes your mind off everything, doesn't it? It's not like being at home. It's a change to your routine, but you're still in routine. So, like I say, it takes your mind off everything.
And from the coaching perspective?
Yeah, do you know what? I always remember that Joe always used to say, when you're away with a fight with of course, Joe Gallagher, he'd always say, when you're away with your fight, you get to know a lot more about him, about the habits, and then you can also, like with certain fighters as well, like you tell you they're doing the sprints, and then all of a sudden you're watching thinking, are you really doing your sprints? But then also when they're all together as well, there is that great competition where I'll run an handful of them together, but because of sort of travelling and stuff, I can't always track them all together. Do you know what I mean? So then when you're together, that running track and stuff, there's that friendly sort of bit of competition where everyone's pushing each other. Like William said, listen, it's always, everything's a little bit nicer in the sun, everyone's always a bit happier in the sun. But there's no distractions, and sometimes when they're away from the families as well, it's a lot easier for them training-wise, they've not got to do nursery runs, they've not got to be, and listen, say the greatest thing in the world, being a dad, but it's one of them where it does take time up, it takes energy up to be doing those things, to be walking the dog, to be, doing stuff for your child, running errands here or there. It's you just focus solely on training.
So you found a few hills then to add to the next camp? So up in the hills this time, next time? Right, very good.
Another game of paddle. It's a great game. That'll be a bit more of a down day, Paddle's a great game.
Don't think you beat me, did you? Whoever you were partnered with.
You pleasantly surprised me. I think I did beat you, but you pleasantly...
I went last week, actually.
It's everywhere now, isn't it?
That's
in Hale it's good.
Yeah, Hale Country Club.
Yeah, it's expensive though.
Yeah. There's two there. There's a one near Villamora and the one near Quinta
del Lago,
yeah. Again, that's a bit more.
I think we're actually building someone here. I think they're actually building a paddle court on here.
You know
it's absolutely exploding, isn't it?
I reckon it'll go down really well on Limeside. Yeah.
Anyway, did you watch the You want to watch the football?
England, Ireland.
Break from the Premier League?
Nah, break from it as well.
Would you sing the anthem? Would you be?
Yeah, I'd support England.
Belt it out. No, it's just the whole Lee Carsley thing.
It's a
and all
bit.
that. So,
you know what? People just. Oh, it was just mental. Like, do you know?
Have I missed something?
Just trying.
Well, he did. Yeah, there's a big furore about him not singing the anthem. Obviously, he played for Ireland. Now he's interim manager.
So like, he's Irish, but he didn't sing the English anthem. It's just people are just out to get him.
Anyway.
I mean, R.I.P. Sven. Did Sven used to sing the anthem?
Yeah, he did.
He did. Okay.
But he had a go at it anyway.
No, I mean, I'm not saying not every coach sings the anthem. Do they? Do you know what I mean? And then, can you imagine the stick Lee Carsley would have got? If
he can't win anyway. Look, it's a bit. You know, there's one or two things happening in the world.
Of course.
I really
do you
can't
know what,
understand why
as well?
would care.
Those twins that we've got here. Like, don't know if they've told you about the Welsh.
I had noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever told you that, but they're always on about how passionate the Welsh are. There's no one like him, and how he always says England, it's a disgrace. There's no passion ever.
I've got to say though, I think if you've ever been to the Principality as it has now, which was the Millennium, when the roof is closed and it's full of Welsh fans, either rugby or football, belting their anthem out.
It's brilliant.
Absolutely
I won't tell them
unreal.
that, but no, it was really, they are really good.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of anthems. Let's have a little bit of info about William Crolla, because if you don't know, he's the younger brother and not the son. Although that's a great story, and I think it's fabulous, and everyone should still keep touting that around. That Boxing News obviously said that you were Anthony's son, which was brilliant. He'll never live down. But there's 12 years between you. You are the younger brother, and you are making your own way, obviously, now as a pro, 6-0.
Yep.
5-0.
5-0.
5-0, sorry. You've got the sixth fight coming up.
Yep.
So it's all gone very, very well, the first, 14 months of your professional career, 15 months or whatever. I mean, it couldn't really gone any better. Your debut, you won. The next 4, you've stopped your opponents.
Yeah, I've stopped them all early. You know, I couldn't have asked for a better start, to be honest, no.
And you've been at a few nice venues as well.
I boxed
the
at
big ones, a couple of small ones.
Boxed at the MEN, the Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I enjoyed the smaller ones as well. Yeah, I've been to quite a few.
And next time, it's at the new arena.
The Co-op.
The Co-op arena.
Yeah.
And tell us again, for those that haven't heard, that you're going to make history, aren't you, William?
Yeah, one thing you can't take out of books of facts. I'm first Manchester fighter to fight at both arenas. The first Manchester fighter to get wins at both arenas as well.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to it.
And I think I'll be the first coach ever to corner at both arenas, because there's a great chance you might be opening the bill at 5 o'clock. I don't know what time we'll be on.
Right. Well, no, it's a fantastic arena anyway, isn't it? The new one. It's a belter. It's got a lovely view of the Etihad, obviously, as well.
Yeah, but no, it's some venue.
I think they're building a hotel next to it as well, actually.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff going around there,
I think some big nights will go there, won't there? And listen, I mean, obviously, I don't know the crowd in that night, but I think they'll take some of the big ones there, won't they? It's big enough. It's bigger than the arena now. It's bigger than the
UFC's just been there. Not really. I went for Liam Gallagher, actually. Not really a bad seat in there, you know.
No, it's the way they've designed it. It doesn't feel that big either, does it? It's amazing. I mean, there's 23,500 seats in there. I saw Peter Kay there.
Same for the presser as well.
Yeah,
No, even like the top ones, they sit down, don't they? Like, they sit sort of on top of the one below.
No, they are about it. As you say, we've been there for the original presser. This has been put back 2 months short, the fight, hasn't it? Because obviously August the 24th was the first. Yeah. Now it's October the 26th. And who are you fighting? Can you tell us?
Lorenzo Grasso, I think his name is. I've pronounced that wrong. Sorry. Yeah.
Right. And again, how would you? If anyone hasn't seen your fight yet, what's the differences between yourself and Anthony? Anthony had a specific kind of a style, you could say.
Yeah.
How would you describe your
I'd
style?
say it was a compact pressure fighter.
Yeah.
For most of my career.
Yeah.
No, very different. William switcher to a lot heavy-handed than what I was.
Yeah, he's more grinded him down, whereas I just...
Yeah.
disintegrate.
Can take people out with a shot where mine.
You're obviously bigger as well. I mean, you're campaigning at super welterweight.
Super welterweight, yeah.
So, so that's good. So it is Grasso, which is interesting
nice
because
step up.
because obviously
they'll be coming to win.
6-2.
Yep, 6-2. I think he's got a bout before it, which he expects him to come through. So it'll be 7-2. So it'll be nice and should be nice and sharp for William. So
Italian derby again.
Oh, Italian derby again, yeah.
Won the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it goes as well as the last one.
And it brings us to the letter G because that's our letter this week.
Oh yeah.
Which
it's
so
seven,
G
seven,
for
isn't it? Yeah.
So G for Grasso. G for what brings to mind when you think of G and boxing? You think of Triple G. So where does he rank? Where does he rank now?
Do you think he won any of the Canelo fights? I thought he definitely won the first.
Yeah, he won one of them.
I thought he definitely won the first. I thought, how many was it 3?
Yeah, there's 3.
I remember
it was done in the last. I thought he won the first 2. I thought, but the second one a draw. I didn't mind, but the first one was an awful.
Do you know what was
decision,
bad for him to have gone away after 2 fights for not a win? I thought it's a bit harsh. I thought he definitely won the first.
I don't think he should have left Sanchez. I thought he was a top coach.
Big Abel Sanchez and Big Bear. He was on about it. They was like in sparring partners. They'd be going through sparring partners like that.
Yeah, you can imagine it because he doesn't really waste any energy, does he? It's just.
I always remember him. In fact, obviously I stayed up for that. I actually boxed that night, and Matthew Macklin boxed him. So obviously I'm mates with Matt.
Who'd you box that night?
I boxed Gavin Reese.
All right.
I remember, honestly, being in the front room. Stayed up to watch night. He boxed him in New York. Oh, that body shot.
That's the worst body shot.
Honestly, it winded me watching it. It was like, it was horrendous.
Well, it didn't. To the untrained eye, it wouldn't have looked particularly spiteful at first glance, would it? But you see what it did to Macklin.
He weren't. He was known glove Canelo, wasn't he? But he weren't massive, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Was he on the brink
he was like world champion, wasn't he? He was world champion, and it's obviously in boxing, so he's well known. But he not made he ended up one of the biggest names in the sport, didn't he?
Of course. Deserved. He was unbelievable. Was it a fight between him and Pirog that should have happened?
Yeah, that's the one that got away for the hardcore boxing fans out there. That would have been something. That Pirog, I think he was a special fight. I always remember him knocking out Danny Jacobs.
Yeah, I'm a Jacobs, didn't I?
It was a brutal knockout. His back went proper. But Pirog, was brilliant. A lot of people said he might have been the man to beat Triple G, or did fancy him, in the know. But no, Triple G's he's been one of the best fighters we've had in the last 10 years for sure, isn't he?
Yeah, and Canelo, we'll come to that because he's obviously in action at the weekend. But do you know what? I was just looking through some of the stuff that you have here, and we always say it's a little bit of a treasure trove, this gym. You've got things lying around and like stuff like this.
Boxing world.
Loads of these.
That must have been
from.
Well, it wasn't before the boxing news. What was it? Just another
1973. John Conte on the front of that one.
John Conte.
This is the things you find here. But do you know? This week it's exactly 10 years since your fight with Gamal Diaz.
No, I didn't know that, and I genuinely would have never in a million years said that was 10 years ago. I genuinely thought, I couldn't have said 5 because I've been retired nearly 5. 10 years, that's mental.
It is, and young William Crolla was always in your dressing room, never missed. You missed 2 of his fights, didn't you? I think, out of nearly 50 fights or whatever.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm just going to show you the card that night as well, because you boxed him. It was a cut, and he kind of spewed it, didn't he? And you were. It was actually a rare time. You were a bit chippy afterwards, weren't you? You were a little bit angry,
I was a bit annoyed. Do you know why I felt? Because obviously it was a technical draw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it wasn't showing any kind of things to. But I was just frustrated. I was. I come away thinking like, are you putting the hard camp and stuff like that? It was frustrating. I actually met him again after it in Cardiff.
I'm pretty sure he done that again, I'm sure he's not do that again.
I don't know if he's done it again, but he was in the corner. But he was dead sound then. There was no animosity there. Then when he ended up boxing someone else in Cardiff, he was in the corner with him.
Yeah. Well, there was a few of your mates.
Go on, yeah.
There was a few of your mates on that bill. I mean, they're your stable mates. Ophi Burton.
Yeah,
Marcus Morrison.
Yep.
It wasn't your stablemate just at this point, but nearly was about to, Sam Hyde.
Yeah, big Samuel.
And now, again, you run through the whole thing. Do you remember Liam Hanrahan, he had a really good fan base from Macclesfield?
He did do it,
but that was his last fight.
Liam was always exciting as well.
Yeah, he was, but
that was his last one.
Yeah, that was his last fight. He lost
nice lad,
to Rogowski, and that was him then. But yeah, he did good numbers. But Joshua was well below you on that card, Anthony Joshua.
Well, pecking order back then. Yeah. No, I always remember it, actually. I do remember it. It was...
Eric. Constantine Eric.
It was early days of AJ.
Yeah, it was his 8th fight that night.
Was it his 8th?
It was 8th fight.
I thought it would have had less than that. But I remember a few people, probably, especially the girls, was probably more interested in coming to watch AJ than me that night. Who else? I see there, Sam Eggington beat me.
I don't even think he believes that. I think he still thinks that he'd get more attention than Josh.
I don't know. know.
In your own head, anyway. Jimmy Kelly's still fighting. Obviously, he was on the bill. One smack Jack. Jack Massey
might be world champion. There's one big ass, but
big fight coming up against J.O. Pataya, who is
ready for it.
Dear me, that's some test.
Yeah.
Fella again who's still going. He's still only about 24. I think Sam Eggington, isn't he? I mean, it's crazy. He's been around so long now, hasn't he? But
yeah, he stopped my mate down in Vassell that night, didn't he? Yeah. I remember being a bit gutted, because obviously I was in the back warming up, and Sam's a belting lad, but obviously down in the box there actually. Yeah. The amateurs with him. Scotty Cardle have a good win that night.
Scott Cardle, yeah.
Scotty Cardle, he's
I was just thinking of him. I was in Blackpool the weekend, and obviously he's down the road in Lytham. Yeah.
Who else was and Quiggy
Scott
body shot the Belgian lad
Stefan Jamoy.
Yeah.
So it's mad when you look back those cards.
Yeah.
Obviously quite a few now, no longer fighting, but yeah.
No, some decent names there.
And it was the Phones for You arena at the time.
Yeah. No, I remember it being the Phones for You for a bit.
Just the MEN, isn't it, though?
It's kind of always that, it's just kind of always that. But that's 10 years ago. You were very busy in September, If you look through your fights, you boxed a lot in September for some reason.
What?
The season starts again, doesn't it? Sort of.
Yeah, it starts a busy again, one. Yeah. So I remember having my first fight with Joe, actually, with Joe Gallagher, at the Velodrome. I mentioned before, Matthew Macklin knocked out Asakainen and boxed Sheffield lad, and we went at the car park shows and that song for years. John Bagley.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I was going to say, can you remember the September ones? Because that's one of them. Yeah, that was in
September.
That was 2009.
Quite a bit of the thing. What?
Did you box John Bagley twice?
Twice I boxed John. Yeah, John was like, do you know what John was? Letter G, a bit of a gatekeeper.
Right.
I remember Dominic Ingle saying to me, like, good kid coming out of the amateurs, you'll be all right, John, but if you're a bit of a ticket seller, just you turned over and looking, sort of. Promoters just putting you on shows to yourself, he'll beat you. John was, he was alright, John, good lad. I knew I boxed Linares.
You did.
I boxed Linares.
2016.
Yeah, that was
the first.
It was a better night against him. Even though, it didn't end up that. Who else?
So one of your famous ones, and you got revenge. It's the famous...
The man himself, Mr. Youssef Alameda.
Yep, that was
my
2008.
first defeat as a professional while working part-time as an ice cream man.
Mr. Whipper.
And,
Mr. Whipper.
And the other one that you haven't mentioned, Juan Montiel. That was in 2011.
That was, I would have knew that. That was on the...
Sorry, so I preempted there.
Floyd Mayweather undercard when he knocked out...
Ortiz.
Rare knockout, Victor Ortiz. I say rare knockout.
That was in Vegas, obviously, wasn't it?
In Vegas, yeah.
That must be one of the only... You didn't get to that, did you?
No.
So Mum and Dad
you only missed two, didn't you?
So what? Yeah, when was like of a decent age. Yeah, I missed that one.
One in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where was that in Germany?
There's one more. I remember my second fight. I was in London. He was only very, very young. Couldn't out there. In Germany, it was called Thomas Quais. I'll tell you, it was Matt Skelton. Bedford Bear fought for the heavyweight title of the world against, was it Chagayev?
I played against him in football once.
I thought you were going to say Chagayev.
No. In Cardiff, at the Millennium Stadium.
Really?
Yeah, and I was in a media team. And
He was,
and he was really mobile as well.
He was a hard man.
He was a decent player.
Was Matt Skelton on his shoulder popped out?
No.
That's Danny Williams. That's Matt Skelton. Oh, Matt Skelton was an handful. Do you know he done something like K1 or something like that. Do you know, at a high level? Yeah. Oh, he was a tough man in Matt Skelton.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Matt Skelton, I always remember it, and then, because I remember over there, the mates would come over to Germany, and they do like, you know, the VIP, they're doing it very different over. This was before, like, you could buy VIP tickets, you know, for the big shows over here. And but it was still like, they'd do it proper, like, there'd be like champagne reception, and like an handful of my mates, they all come and stayed in my room. Dean Powell, God bless him, he used to always bring up, because he just found it hilarious watching him. He sorted them all out, VIP bands. He was just scrotes off the estate, you know, like from estates and stuff like that, and like complete free beer, free 5-star food, and now everyone was in suits, in trackies. It was just, it was a good one of the good memories actually of boxing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, over in Germany.
Right, we've got a little quiz, because we've spoken about the different styles that you two have in the ring. And obviously, you are coach to William now as well in this very busy stable. It's, by the way, just before we get to this quiz, who's the most annoying person in the gym? I thought he was going to say straight away.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
That's funny that things have changed a bit.
Yeah.
I was a scapegoat in Anthony. A scapegoat, Anthony, yeah.
Anthony, okay, fair enough. Yeah, well, that's about right, isn't it? Because you know.
Yeah, I am. But I tell you what, I'm annoying. But I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning.
Oh, they don't make him like that anymore. After a full shift down the pit and all that.
Yeah, because he couldn't get in time.
Who's the most annoying as far as you're concerned?
I think you know who it's going to be, don't you? And he's one of the best people you'll ever meet in boxing. But William really wanted to say him, must have felt bad, and I'm surprised. And it is him who he means. So, it's the one and only Mr. James Moorcroft.
I'm not having that.
He's a nice right now, I was to say, wasn't even think, I was just going to say James. But
I knew you'd both say that, but it's not right, because he's a diamond.
I've ever met.
He's an absolute
diamond.
What you've done there, you manipulated the question a bit there. They made us try and look bad.
Yeah.
Like, you asked it, and then we've given a really nice reason, and you went, you shouldn't really have said that.
Yeah, you knew exactly what you was doing.
Anyway, let's see who's number one. Right. Josh, who's in charge of this whole thing, is going to hold up an anagram for you. So you've got to work out which famous fighter is hidden in this anagram. So have a look at this. Right, so there you go. It is Frolic. Hey, William didn't even give you a second.
Okay.
Frolic Arch, yes, Carl Froch.
Okay.
Chaos Year Old
So you've got to re-scramble it?
Yeah, it's an anagram.
Is it a name?
Yeah, it's a famous boxer. There's a boxing theme.
Chad Dawson. It's not that.
Chaos Year Old Got to speed these up or we'll be here all day.
One set. Chaos Year.
That's a hard one, that.
Well, it is, but chaos is the clue. And if you look at if you think about some of the social media, there's some kind of funny strange stuff going on sometimes.
I don't know. Pass. I don't know.
Well, think of the letter G. Golden.
George Crolla. No, Golden.
I don't know.
Oscar De La Hoya. One of the best social media accounts out there. Him and his missus have just got to be the best couple on social media. He's just car crashing it.
Well, yeah. I was going to ask you about your social media. Maybe that's your social media thing this week. Right, here we go. I tensed my okay.
Oh, I tensed my okay.
Mike Tyson?
Correct. Well done.
Oh, wow.
A heavy world of them.
You know what? I saw that. I thought it was 4-time heavy world champ, so I was ready for it. Now you threw me.
Heavy world of them. Correct. Well done. William's in charge.
I'm losing this.
Right, you've got to get this one. Actually, I think Will's won anyway.
Yeah, but I thought it was like boxing
just see this one out anyway.
This man will never beat me on boxing knowledge. We're playing games like this, right?
Rain Assor Gel.
I'm not very good on this.
Regis Prograis.
No.
Should have a point.
He's been mentioned
for that. Should have a point deducted.
George Groves.
No.
There's no V in that, William.
Venezuelan.
Linares, Jorge Linares.
Correct. William, you're the champ.
I wouldn't have got that.
Right. This weekend, Canelo, Berlanga.
Yeah.
What happens?
You know what? We were saying we
spent some time in
the coach. So I want Berlanga to win just because we spent time in what's it called? Plant Sitter.
A Plant Sitter
With Coach Mark.
And his brother.
Yeah.
It's good guys. Really good guys. But I think that Berlanga said a few things. It's like, I think when someone says something and you piss Canelo off, I think he turns it up. I reckon he's going to do it again.
I think it's going to be a really entertaining fight for 3 or 4 rounds, and I think the old Puerto Rican-Mexican rivalry, that's going to add a little bit of spice to it.
Well, Canelo in 6.
I'm going to say a touch later, but I think it's going to be very fan-friendly for around 3 or 4 rounds. Canelo is due a stoppage as well, though. But Berlanga is obviously extremely heavy-handed.
I remember you saying Canelo's defence up close is mad, isn't it?
Oh, it's so good. Do you know what? I think
that's where Berlanga goes for it and he's not landing.
He starts taking a little bit of steam out of him, he goes for it. I just think he'll be comfortable in the pocket with him. It'd be so hard to win. He offers such a small target, Canelo. I say all the time, like, if people go on about different skill, that he has, it's his defence that's so good. After such a little target, and when the shots do come up, he half rides them.
Super middleweight, obviously, as well. He has flirted light heavy, but it was Callum Smith's last fight at super middleweight as well, wasn't it? When he boxed Canelo.
Yeah.
You were around him all that week, weren't you? Because you were pretty much all locked into the hotel, weren't you?
We was. He seemed a nice guy.
I think he's pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah. And then the Dulce pajamas that he wears all the time and stuff. Oh no, he's a cool. Do you know what I think? A ginger Mexican. He's just a cool guy. He's just a mad.
He's definitely Irish, isn't he?
No, he's
have you ever seen it? Seriously, have a look at this. Like a young Canelo and Owen Morgan. You know Owen Morgan, the former one-day captain of England cricket. Have a look at Owen Morgan and a young Canelo.
No, he just looks...
Well, I don't, but I know who Owen Morgan is.
I've watched actually about cricket.
Freddie Flint, I think. Very good. Very good.
Pretty good.
I like Freddie Flint.
Isn't it?
It is. It's very good.
I watched the last one last week. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I remember seeing him training in Ricky's gym. This is way before he turned his hand to boxing.
Yeah.
And he trained with McGuinness then.
Shane, yeah.
But no, he used to train though. He used to train at Better Bodies.
Got like William on his debut.
He won like me as well.
In the same arena, but he got the win like I like Freddie.
I saw Steve Gray the weekend. He was in Blackpool. He was officiating. But top ref. But yeah, honestly, have a look though. Yeah, Owen Morgan, a young Canelo.
Well, I just think he looks like he's from Mayo or something.
Yeah, he does. He does. Right, there you go. Well, there was a dog bowl out there, by the way. Who's got
a dog bowl?
Yeah. Not people bringing pets into the gym, are they?
I've not brought any of the dogs in the gym, no.
That reminds me, I was in a newsagent. I was in a newsagent yesterday. There's a card in the window. It was a talking dog for sale. And I thought, well, I'm passing that house because it put the address on my way home. So what's this nonsense, talking dog for sale? Went, knocked on the door. This guy answered and said, I saw you put something in the newsagent, a talking dog. I went, yeah. I went, right. Silly wind up. He went, come into the garden. Takes me through the house into the garden. He said, there's the dog. There's like a little mongrel sat at the back of the garden. I went, that's a talking dog. He went, do your worst. So I went, ears pricked up. Said, you all right, mate? I went, yep, sound. So you actually can talk? He went, yeah. I went, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. How's that happened? He went, I don't know, I was just born with a gift. And it's been an amazing ride since I realised this was a thing, and MI5 got involved and sent me to war zones. I've been spying on the enemy and this, that and the other. And, because there's plenty of languages that I can understand, not just English. So I've been here, there and everywhere. I was basically, you name a hotspot throughout the world and I've been there. I've been working as a spy dog and all the rest of it. So I turned to the fella and said, this is amazing. This is the biggest story I've ever seen. This is outrageous. What do you want for him? He said, give us a tenner. So the tenner for a talking dog, this outrageous creature. And he went, yeah. So why don't you want any more for that talking dog? He said, because he's a lying bastard. He's never left this town.
Wow. Do you know what?
Well suitably impressed.
Hey. Do you know what I'm talking about talking dog? I was at Park Life the other week. Security guy come over to me. He said...
He's walked off in disgust.
Do You know what he said to her? Security guard goes, "Are you carrying drugs?" Him not. I said, I'm not carrying drugs. He said, "My dog tells me that you're carrying drugs." Hey, and you've just told me you've got a talking dog. I'm on the drugs. But then
Oh, well, with that, you've had enough as well. Okay, okay. So, well, that's that then. That is the Project Boxing podcast. Thanks for watching.